So, this is your host, once again, Steve from the back, coming at you raw and unscripted as always. So, oh yeah, I was gonna rant on, basically, this is not a gutter story, this is kind of just like a funny story. So, man, so if you, well, let me reiterate again, just so it was clear. The name of this channel is Steve's Art and Fun Channel. Sometimes I go on these rants where, I call them gutter rants or gutter stories. This isn't really a gutter story. This is just more of, how do I say this? It's just more of a funny story. So I had woke up, right, and the odd thing is, because of a change of schedule, work schedule actually, I woke up later than I normally would wake up because I'd be coming into work later, right? So, I'm getting ready for work, and this is the last stage of like when I'm getting ready to get out the door, and I have to obviously get dressed before I leave, and wait, actually no, I forgot the first part of the story, my bad. Hold on, this is all over the place. But so the first day, now it's coming back to me. The first day, the first day when I was getting ready for work, all of a sudden, I go to put on my underwear, and a huge spider, right? I don't know where the spider came from, but a huge spider actually falls out of the underwear, man. Spider was inside of my boxers somehow. Spider, not boxers I was wearing, but boxers I literally was about to put on. So I'm glad that I saw that there was a spider inside of these boxers, because when I say big, this spider wasn't like a tarantula, obviously, but it was big. Like, it was one of those like wolf spider, funnel web looking, whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, but a pretty big spider, right? A top heavy looking spider to where the legs seem to get thicker and longer as it goes towards the front of its body, and it just looked like a spider that I don't imagine you'd want to get bitten by. I don't really know what type of reaction something like that would cause, but I do know this. I do know spider bites can have like horrible damage and consequences depending on what type of spider it is, how you react to it, how quick you get help or whatever. And to be real, guys, I don't have insurance at this moment. I'm trying to get my insurance, but I need to get my insurance, so I can't be getting bit by a spider. That's basically what I'm saying, because I really don't know what would happen. I don't know if I've ever been bit by a spider before. So, I tried to take, like the nice route and shake the spider out. I don't want to kill the thing. So, I tried to just like shake the spider out of the friggin' boxers. The spider does one of those like, just looks like it's about to like try to crawl and maybe hang, but then I think it tried to crawl to another part of the boxer, so I'm thinking like, here we go, now it's making it difficult. I don't want to just squish it, so let me try to shake it out. But the spider didn't seem to really want to move. It just seemed to be crawling all over wherever I tried to turn the boxers upside down and wanted to crawl to the other side. So then I said, okay, you know what, I don't want to do this, but I'm just going to have to squeeze every corner of these boxers and just hopefully kill the thing, because I just got to hurry up and go to work. I can't be playing around with a damn spider. I have to go to work. This is bullshit right now. Excuse my French. But I thought that I killed it because, I figured I don't see it anymore. I was looking around on the floor to see, like, did it fall? Did it start crawling in a different direction? Did it fall into the drawer somewhere? Where'd it go? You know what I mean? And, oh man, so I went through my whole work day, whole everything, ate, came back home, ate, shower, slept, and I shit you not, I'm in bed, and literally I feel something brush against me, and it's that distinct feeling of like when you know something crawled on you, and it was in the morning time, the goddamn spider again. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This damn spider is living in this room. This spider is just living here. The spider is clearly, this is not a different spider. I can recognize the thing. This is the same spider. Okay, I'm like, here, this is the same spider. So I have to get up, and I don't have time to chase it or try to get it out the window or try to do anything with it. So I'm just like, I'm just going to leave this. It's going to go I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere. And I just hope that I don't wake up and get bitten because I'm accidentally laying on this thing, and if you accidentally lay on it, then it's going to feel like it's getting squished, and then it's going to probably bite. So I'm thinking like, I don't want to like accidentally lay on this thing. So I would like to know where this thing is, but I don't really have time to be looking around for something so small, and I have to do things. I can't just be looking for a little spider. Big in the terms of like your normal house spider, but small nonetheless. So I basically just forget about the thing. And then the next day, I wake up and I happen to look in a corner, and there's a spider right above part of the ceiling where I sleep. In a corner is the same big spider just there. So what I did last night was I pretty much got a bottle, this weird bottle where I don't really use this bottle, but I figure it's a bottle that has like a tube and a hole, so it's breathable. So I figure like the spider can get air. So what I did was I put the spider in this bottle. Like I basically just put it on top of the ceiling. The spider inevitably got annoyed with trying to crawl around the top and couldn't, so it just went down to the bottom. And at one point I even seen the spider when I was just observing it. I seen it do this like, I don't know what to call it. It brought itself down by its web, and then it crawled back up, and then it crawled back up. Whatever the hell that is, whatever that is, I don't know what that is, but that's what it did. And so just a while ago, I put that. I had to let the spider keep the damn bottle. God damn it! I wanted my bottle. Now, I couldn't shake the spider out of this bottle. This spider was looking like it was really holding on. I don't want to hurt the thing. So I noticed this damn spider overnight made a web in the bottle. Why would you make a web in a bottle? I don't know. But it made its own web inside of the fucking bottle. So I just left the bottle on a rail and just left the whole bottle there with the whole damn spider and everything. Because, like, just fuck it. If it wants to stay there, fine. I mean, hopefully it'll crawl out the bottle, and if someone doesn't take the bottle, then I'll just get the bottle and bring it back if the spider's not in there. If it wants to use the bottle as a new home, fine. This is not the rant. This is just me telling this funny story. I mean, like, the crazy shit about the story is, like, why is there... like, the spider is in my friggin' drawers. The spider is crawling on me when I wake up. I'm just like... The funny thing about the story, what stands out to me, is I kind of feel like I've been dodging bullets. Like, I'm surprised I didn't get bitten by this thing. I'm like... Now, I know how spiders are. I know that spiders usually bite when they feel threatened or if they feel like they're being harmed, and then they'll bite. Usually, they tend to be passive, usually, for the most part. Unless they have, like, a hole or burrow or something, and you try to really come around there or maybe stick something in, then they would probably get agitated, depending on the spider. But, I don't know. I just, just very surprised. like, it sounds small, but my mind is actually blown. Like, I'm like, how is a spider in my underwear? Why did I see the spider before putting it on? If I hadn't have seen it, the spider would have been in my drawers. And man, I don't even know how I would have reacted. I don't know if I would have been able to even tell. Like, where would it have went? You know, I don't know, man. It's just a very sobering thought. It's a very comforting thought too that I saw it first. Just saying. So that's basically part of the story for this rant. You know that by now, if you've been watching this channel, that this is a satanic channel because I myself am a very young in learning, not young in years. I'm young in Satanism, and I'm a young Satanist, so I'm learning. But sometimes I'll read. I've done 2 videos where I read parts from the Satanic Bible, and I gave my opinion on it as I was reading. So, I mean, I guess if you didn't know that about this channel, now you know. What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so there's this concept, right? There's this, well, I'm going to say it like this. There's a couple of misconceptions, too. There's some misconceptions. One misconception I feel like people think about Satanists is there's this misconception that a Satanist is a very evil person, and there seems to be this weird theme of harming children or harming animals and sacrifices, and I don't know what that is, man. I mean, I used to believe that too, but then once I actually started reading the Satanic Bible for myself, I didn't really see much. Well, actually, not much. I didn't see any evidence of that being a key part of Satanism. In fact, it clearly stated that they don't condone harming a child, they don't condone pedophilia, and they don't condone harming animals, because there's something inherently sacred about the essence of an animal and the essence of a child. And one part of it that it has to do with is a child's innate ability to basically, this is just part of it, and excuse me if I'm butchering this, but I'm just kind of paraphrasing. It's a child's innate ability to basically create things in this reality in a very natural, very magical way, whereas us being as adults, certain parts of us are more or less, how do I say it, deadened, watered down, or tainted to a degree to where we don't have that natural, pure ability. And I believe that's actually very much a very true thing. I don't even know why. I can't explain this phenomenon either. I can't. It is a phenomenon. It's kind of like how a child could believe that, for instance, a child may believe that they can make a ghost appear or something, or have an apparition of something, and it actually happens somehow. It's like that, it's like, how did a child that hasn't focused or necessarily trained or necessarily took the steps to try to be adept at something just do something that maybe may take a person like myself, maybe may take me years or something to just do. I think it's something like that. But regardless, there's a lot of misconception. But one thing that I'm not saying this. Okay, I'm not saying that I disagree with it. But one big difference about me and maybe some other Satanists is this: is that like one of my interests, I talked about this before in a rant briefly, was hunting. So hunting is something that is just too interesting, too engaging, and too stimulating for me to pass up. It's like, if that's something that I'm doing, I'm sorry, animals. I'm sorry. But I'm not going to sacrifice that type of experience for the sake of the fact that I probably really just shouldn't be hunting this animal. And if I was doing it, I would want to be doing it within, like, reason, right? Obviously. I don't believe in things like where people go around just like, there are some people that basically poach, like they go hack off parts of animals and then let the animal suffer, and just for the sake of getting the part or whatever they need, and like, I don't believe in that type of behavior, exactly. Like, that's not something I believe in, because to me that's a little too cruel, Now, if you're planning on killing an animal for some reasons, one, you're going to eat this animal. Instead of you going to the store and you buying said product, whatever it is, Purdue chicken breast, turkey breast, venison, whatever it is you're doing, I don't care if it's bison, if it's whatever you're trying to get out that you could get from another place, but you're trying to just do it yourself because you are just using your tools and your skills, and you're not necessarily buying from a store. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I disagree with is if you go insane with it, where it's just like, now you're just, you're going overboard. Like, where are you killing more animals than you should? Or are you killing off, like, let's say instead of a male, a female, or vice versa? Are you like what are you, are you killing an animal that you know is rare? Like, there's intricacies to it. Like, and I have my own opinion on that. But I also do believe that, like, this is going to sound mean to some of you people. Some of you people are going to get mad. Especially some of you more or less, like, vegan-esque types. And I am going to go back there. I am going to revisit that in this rant. Some of you more vegan-esque types that have this idea of, oh, the animals are so precious, and they're so this, and they're so that, and they're so this. This is where I draw the line. Where I draw the line is, if an animal can kill me, which it clearly can, duh. If an animal will attack me, which it clearly will, given the right circumstances, if an animal will kill another animal, then that's where I draw the line and call the BS on this. Because I'm like, if an animal was so divine in such a thing, where they were such a way where I shouldn't, like, who are you? Like, for instance, what is an animal to me? Why is this thing so divine that me as a person, which is more intelligent than this thing, right? Vastly more intelligent. Is it so wrong that I would kill an animal, and there are so many of them? You know what I mean? Like, this animal is not that intelligent. This animal gets up in the morning and forages. This animal spends half of its time looking for food, trying to find a mate, and maybe raising young, frolicking around, competing, maybe getting to scraps with other animals, going through stages where it's, scraping its antlers and all this stuff. It's like, now, the world keeps on spinning, like 50 of those could probably get killed, and the world keeps on spinning. That's how I see it. But I also have to say, like, 50 human beings can get killed, and guess what? The world just is going to keep on spinning. It doesn't matter if it's like you're this person, that person, or the next person. Things live and things die, right? We don't live in a world where you shoot someone and they miraculously just, nothing happens, you know what I mean? People die, animals die. Someone's gonna say that sounds cynical or sounds grim or whatever, but that's how I see it. Someone said to me, they said, oh, you do know if you eat meat, then, or if you kill an animal, it's pretty much just like you killing a human. And I didn't have any rebuttal because there's no point. This is how I look at it. I look at it like when someone has a set opinion on certain things. This is why I talk to YouTube. I don't really talk to people. I talk to YouTube because like YouTube is something people look for a different opinion. People that watch YouTube are looking for someone like myself to say, okay, well, what's your opinion? So that's what I'm doing. Now, this person said something to me like, if you kill an animal or something, it's like it's just as much as like you killing a human being. Now, I didn't say this, but in my head I'm thinking, how do you not know that someone like me really has an issue with killing a human being? Because I have to say, it depends on the person. That's the way I put it. Read between the lines, man. Read between the lines. What would make you assume that I have an issue with people killing people? I don't really have an issue with people killing people. I don't really care. In fact, I would say that if this world was tinier, this world was smaller, I would feel more empowered that I would have a chance of success because there's less people to share wealth amongst. It's like, so by that logic, and I'm just being transparent, I'm just keeping it real. Like, that's the way I think. I don't really, I'm not so virtuous or such a nice person that I give a damn about people that are dying left and right. That doesn't hurt me. It doesn't bring a tear to my eye. It doesn't make me lose sleep at night. It doesn't rattle my psyche. It doesn't bother me. In matter of fact, it's so far from my existence that it's not rattling my day to day. I'm still able to get up and wash my booty hole. I'm still able to take a poop and wipe. I'm still able to take a shower and wash my funky ball sack and pits. I'm still able to have luxuries of life. I can still pop something in the microwave and sleep in a warm bed or cool area when it's too hot, or I can do all that stuff. It doesn't. So what? There's probably like, let's say, who knows, maybe today like 3 people died in some area. Well, they're dead. I didn't know them. I don't like a lot of people. Most people I run into, number one, I don't like people. Number two, I rarely find things. People say a lot of things, they talk a lot, but half of the stuff they're saying, to me, it's just like, well, what's your point? It's not really relevant to me. I don't really care. Because I don't really resonate with that. And a lot of times it's diametrically opposed to even what I would be thinking, or even my whole core like logic in anything. So I am a cold person, I don't really care. But what I do care about is my way of life, my comfortability, how I live, being fulfilled. Obviously, I don't want to die alone. I would like to have a beautiful wife. It's funny today, speaking on that, I met this girl at a laundromat today. And oh my god, I just have to be real. This girl was looking like, what she reminded me of? She had somewhat of a Mal Malloy look to her, man. If you remember when Mal Malloy was smaller, oh my god, I'm like, and I couldn't even believe it, because like when this girl stood up, I saw her when she actually left the laundromat, right? And I really got a good look at her, and I saw all of her like dimensions and everything. I was like, no, from what I could tell, she's all natural. There's nothing fake about that girl, but oh my god, she had the whole Mal Malloy shape going. Those type of dimensions, that type of width and curve, and I'm like, and she looked strong too. She looked strong too. I was like, damn. I was like, god damn, healthy and strong. I'm like, oh my god, this girl was something else. This girl was like unreal attractive. Of course, I went and tried to exchange numbers with her, but she told me she had a boyfriend. I don't know if she's interested or not, whatever. She's very polite and very nice. But see, I'm looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking for. I don't give a damn about all this like virtue signaling, trying to be a quote good person, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to conserve, trying to whatever, I eat meat all day, don't care. Fuck it, I'll be real, man. If I had to, I'd eat another person if I had to. If I had to survive, if that's what I had to do, you know what I mean, to survive. It is what it is, man. I don't give 2 fucks. you know, it is what it is. I mean, hey, you know, everyone's different. You are what you are. I am what I am. That's what it is. You know? But I thought I had to like speak on that because you get a lot of people to where, in someone may say, well, where does Satanism tie into this? Okay, I'm going to say where Satanism ties into this. So there's all different types of Satanists, right? But what you get a lot of is you get what I call this sort of hippie leftist, if you can call it that. I'm saying you get this sort of hippie leftist type of Satanist, right? Which I'm totally not. You get this type of vegan-y, if that's even a word, you get this vegan-y type where, you know, they really believe it's like, it's already a thing that they hold some animals in such high esteem already, in human life in such high esteem. But then there's also another layer to it. It's also that because if, let's say they are Satanists, like myself, they may think even higher about this whole thing because now they're like, well, it even says in this Bible that we're supposed to, you know, not harm these. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like, you know, okay. I'm like, okay, I get your logic, but it ain't my logic, and at the end of the day, I really don't care. Like I said, you know, life is too short. The hunt is too, what's the word? It's too attractive. The hunt is too attractive. It's like, if you're going to be hunting something and you know there's a high success rate that you are going to kill something, or you're going to kill this particular thing, or whatever, that's what hunting's about. Like, I mean, obviously, I would hope that you're going to utilize this meat or utilize what you taken from it, like, for a good reason. Like, you're going to eat a meal, or you're going to, you know, have many meals. You're going to, I don't know, maybe you even make jerky out of it. Maybe you donate some of the meat. I don't know what you're doing with this meat. Like, but I would hope that you'd utilize most of the parts from this whole thing, and you're not just doing it just because you just want the kill and you want a picture of you with, you know, by the kill and show it off to all your friends or whatever. Like, hopefully I would hope you're not just that you're that much of an asshole, because I'm not even that much of an asshole that I'm like thinking I'm going to just do something like that just for that. No, you know, because I do respect animals more than that, than to be on some shit like that. But where I draw the line is if you're going just crazy with it, where you're just like, oh, you know, oh, you shouldn't be doing this at all, and, you know, I just despise this life. Like, it's okay if that's how you feel, but, you know, there are some people, and like I said, it tends to be more, this is I'm not even saying it's like, it's not a grudge or anything, it's just one of the main issues I have with people on this so-called left, political, you know, whatever, it's political. It's like, you know, you have these, the left and supposed the right, or supposed conservative, and me, I feel like I fall kind of somewhere in the middle. I don't really lean towards one more than the other, really. But like I said, you know, you have a lot of these, like, people that are on the left, but they also have to go overboard, and it's a good thing in my book that, you know, you want to be satanic, some people. That's a good thing. You know, you want to be satanic. But what I feel is negative is that you just lose your mind and don't, you know, you feed too into this now. And I also say this, you know what, if that's your lifestyle, that's okay. You know, if you want to, like, sacrifice, like, for a cause, like, you're like, oh, I don't eat meat, I don't, you know, I don't perpetuate hunting, I don't eat meat, I don't do animal products, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, because what you're doing is you've chosen to take that route, is what you did. You chose to do that. You chose to take that route. You chose to, like, not have a burger while I'm having a burger. You're choosing to not eat ribs while you see me with greasy, delicious grilled ribs with barbecue sauce on them. My fingers are all messy. And you know, if you've never, you should know, well, maybe you never even had them before, but you know how good that shit tastes. And you're going to sit there and watch me down ribs and you just can't have any part of that. You never that's not part of your life anymore. You cannot indulge anymore. That is not part of your life. You're on some bean burger, tofu. Shit, man, it'll never happen with me. No way. No, just it's not being given up. Literally, nah. It just can't be. It just can't be, man. Sorry. Nah, just sorry. Certain lifestyles to me are too attractive. That's what I mean. It's just too attractive for me to ever let something like that go. You know what I mean? So, like I said, like meat products, cooking it, seasoning it, marinating it, hunting. It's like, how could you? You're gonna give that up? So that's a thing. You know what I mean? And what I'm basically saying is a couple of things. I'm trying to explain that, like, for one, in Satanism, just because there are things that are like a blueprint does not mean you have to be exactly 100%. Every scripture, every little period, every comma to exactly what they're saying, okay? Because with me, no, I know that there's room for wiggle room. Like there's some room there. It doesn't. You don't have to be a robot. But I do disagree with the logic behind it, and I actually think it's kind of funny. I just think it's really silly. It's actually a little cringe. I'll even say it's a little cringy, in my opinion. Like, it is cringe. It's like, wow, you really care that much? You really care that much? Okay, I get it. You care that much about the animals, man. And I even have to say it, like, some people, you care about people that much. I don't know, that's a different thing. Me? Nah. Nah. I care about my own existence and my own experience more than anything. Some people would think, like, for instance, a person like myself who wants to be able to live out their hobbies, to create things, to create content, to create art, create memories, and then wants to live that out with a wife, to like walk through this life with her and have memories with her, and to move on into the next world when I die with her and be with her in some other place, still learning things, still like doing things. That's someone could say, oh, well, was that selfish because you want to be attached to a person for like all of eternity? You want to be with a person for like eternity? Well, if they want the same thing, then how is that really selfish, right? You get my logic, like, or I also think, like, how is it, what is really the reason that I would put so much emphasis on, like, the well-being of maybe so many others? See, the point is, like, like I said, certain people, are very valuable. Like, people can be very valuable. But then also, I don't get it mixed up to where I'm just valuing something just for the sake of, like, valuing it, or if I am, then it has to be for a very distinct reason. That's one of the biggest issues I have with the so-called left, is this whole virtue. I guess you can even use the word value. It's like you got this mix of, it's all about feelings and virtue. It's like, you're a bad person because you don't care what this person feels. No one cares what anyone feels. Like, seriously, really check this out. Like, for instance, like I said, today is a good example. Like, you talk to a girl, whether she really even would ever give you a chance or not, is kind of not super relevant. But the point is that no one cares that I have to not have a girlfriend. No one cares that most girls that I even have any interest in have boyfriends. No one, it doesn't matter if they did care. The point is that girl would have to care enough or not care enough about her man. Like for instance, if a girl was even trying to think she was going to, like, if in her mind, like, if she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get with Steve, with this guy, right? Now, she would have had to do something to that man she was with, right? Like, she would have had to somehow excommunicate him, get rid of him, leave him. She would have had to, there would have had to been like a death of that whole reason why she's even with him, even, you know what I mean? That's how things work in this world. It's just that simple. It's like, it is not that we can't share her, because I'm not sharing her with no man. I mean, now I'll give you this, and this is gonna sound cliche, but like I said, we always keep it real on this channel. This channel is supposed to be about no bullshit. So I'm just gonna tell you, if I could be one of those guys that had like 2 wives or something, of course I would love that. That's like more, you know. I wouldn't really care if they were even with each other, like intimate with each other. Like, clearly that would be fine. It's just, if equally they gave me if both of them equally gave me just as much attention, I could work with that. You know what I'm saying? I would be fine with that. I'll take that. I'll take that to the grave and beyond. I'll take that. That is actually fun. That's like, you know, when you get a little bored with one's looks, you get a little bored with one's attributes and personality and stuff. You know, you can like maybe spend more time with the other one. Maybe the other one is on, I don't know, a vacation. Maybe she's visiting her family, her, you know, blood family or something. You know, you gotta look at it like that. It's like, but could I share her with another man? No. Fuck no. Not if I'm really serious about this chick. If it's some tag team shit, like let's say if he's a friend of mine, I really know this guy, and like it's us tag teaming this one girl. You know what I mean? And it's not that necessarily, obviously it's not a serious relationship. This is just 3 friends, and 2 of us are guys and 1's a girl, and we both are attracted to her. She's attracted to both of us, and it's like, since we don't have serious feelings about her that would make one of us jealous of her or the other, then you know what I'm saying. It turns into, obviously, a threesome. You know? Obviously. Right? It's not rocket science, man. But when you're serious about a woman and you're going to actually try to make her into a wife, you don't want no other interference, and you don't want any of her attention going to some other man. And I look at it like, you know, this is another reason why I love the Satanic Bible, because the Satanic Bible, not saying allows, because I'm going to do whatever I want anyway, but the Satanic Bible kind of pushes you in the direction to be selfish. You know what I mean? Which I already am, so I just love it. It's already like, wow, it just fits nicely. It's like I'm already prepped for this Satanic Bible, and here I am. I just fit right in. So that's another reason why I love it, because I am that evil, mean, cold, selfish guy who does not care about the deers that got slaughtered, or does not care about the family or people that got slaughtered, or people dying or whatever. I don't care. Like, okay, cool, man. You know, whatever. Just glad it wasn't me. Glad it wasn't me, or glad it wasn't certain people that I care about, or people in my general circle, right? Yeah, I feel like that's normal and healthy. So this, you know, this rant is not no rocket science. Another thing I was just thinking on while trying to make this content was, now I'm telling you this so you kind of starting to get more of an idea of my views, my opinions. It's a cardboard box. Oh shoot, that's funny. I was like, what is that back there? I'm like, what exactly is that? Actually, it's a cardboard box, so I don't really have to worry about it. It's all pretty much trash in there, so I don't really have to worry about it. But now, like I was saying, right? Basically, you know, on this channel, I try to tell you things, and I try to like give you a different perspective. Okay, try to give you a different perspective, man. Now, I have another question to ask too. Sometimes I have a question to ask. My question is it exactly that? Oops, shouldn't put my mouth on the microphone. But is it exactly that people actually really care so much about some of these things? Now, I know some people genuinely do, but or is this just trendy? Is it just trendy to act like this? Like to act like, oh, you know, your pronouns. It's, you know, like, nobody fucking cares, man. Your pronouns. Like, what is this shit, man? This is what I mean, like, feelings. Why do you care so? Like I just said before, it's like, do you know how many days on end I go that are very just like blah, bland days where nothing exciting happens? Where it's just like nothing? I mean, I'm not gonna try to get like, no, well, this is my channel, so this is never too much information. You know how long it's been since I've had some, you know, since I've had some pussy? You know how long it's been since I've actually had that type of fun? It's been a long time, man. So, what I'm saying is, feelings are important, yes. Like, I don't go around just like treating people any type of way. Like, it's not that. But there is a line that you gotta draw now. This is a problem that you people on the so-called left have, which a lot of people like myself of certain beliefs tend to gravitate towards. But this is an issue you guys have, man. It's just, you need to stop because you're a bunch of babies. It's like, it is cringe. It's big time cringe. It's like you're babies. You're acting like anyone cares that, oh, that guy is mean. He's a mean guy. Or that. Just like I saw this old man that was in a shop, and this old man said something like, he said, oh, it's okay if you want to call yourself. It was in the documentary What Is a Woman. He's like, oh, you want to say you're this or say you're that, but if you come in my store with that shit, I'm not gonna play those games. And I'm thinking, yeah, like, of course, like, what? Nothing's wrong with that. Like, for instance, if I'll use myself as I always say this because I have to say this to make more sense. I'll use myself as an example. Now, picture this, right? Get this concept. If you were to call yourself helicopter, helipod sexual, gender fluid queer, he, him, and they, them, zims, or whatever, you give yourself all these little pronouns and say that you are a unicorn and say that you're Polly Pocket and say that you are also Polly Pocket, but you're also friggin' what's that thing? Stretch Armstrong at the same time, or whatever. I don't know. You're just in a fantasy with it. Now, if you are a person who you gave me the time to try to be like, okay, does this person deserve to have their feelings validated? Like, did you present yourself as like a level-headed, cool-headed person, a strong person, a person to where I feel like you deserve the respect that I should be playing these games and referring you to as to this or validating your sad little feelings? Maybe I would. Like, for instance, if I spent enough time around you and I developed enough respect for you that I thought, okay, you're going to be referred to because you just insist that you have to be called these pronouns, then I would respect that, right? And you know why? I would respect it because I actually value your feelings. But what you can't do with people, and nobody, unless you are strong-arming them, like you are physically threatening them, and that's willing that you actually are capable, or if you are strong-arming them with a job or money or position, and you are saying, I demand, you don't know anything about me, you don't have any reason to respect me personally as a person, you don't really care about my feelings, but I'm just demanding on the spot, knowing nothing about me, that you have to respect my feelings and my pronouns, because if not, you are a deplorable person. Any person with 2 cents has already bitch smacked you for even thinking that. Like, you already gotten smacked. Mentally. Bitch smacked. Because you're not, what are you? What do you think you are, like the Queen of England? Do you think you are like some royalty? No, you're just another broke ass, crummy ass motherfucker who has little feelings and got your panties in a bunch because someone didn't XYZ however exactly you liked it, right? That's all it is, man. That's all it is. That's all it is. So this is my reasoning behind this is no one needs to have to feel obligated to give a fuck about your feelings or anything. No one has to be obligated or should be obligated to give a fuck about my feelings or whatever. I mean, how is that so hard to understand? But the problem is what you people have done is you have mobbed up. You have amassed a mob. A mafia even. To the point to where you, with a lot of other things too, you have tried, you can't really, you haven't succeeded, obviously, because you're the minority. I'm actually in the minority because the difference between me and most people is I'm just a little bit meaner, colder, and a little bit more way off. Like, it's more like more people are more generally nicer because they actually care. It's like they actually have more of a soft spot for just people in general. You know, like it's like they really care. Not myself, but the thing is, like I said, you have tried to force people to mold and change into a mold that is so unnatural for them that they never will, nor will. It's just, come on now. This is just craziness. This is craziness, man. So I just thought, I had to speak on those things. And I wouldn't even be surprised if there's other Satanists out there that would give me crap for what I'm saying. But hey, it is what it is. It just is what it is, man. I don't know what else to say. So I think I'm going to title this, I may title this having to do something with like virtue signaling or something, because it seems very appropriate. It seems appropriate. So I may just do just that. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel. This is me coming to a close. This channel, given that there is enough success, given that I have enough funds, given that I have enough people, manpower, people, and things in place, I can do much more with this channel. It will not be just this, me ranting like this. Stuff costs money, you know what I mean? People, location, cameras, sound, all that stuff, but something I have to leave before I, close this. So I talked about, the gutter stories, I talked about, the paranormal stories, I talked about the cryptozoology stories, your, cryptid encounters, whether that be anything that you consider a cryptid. It could be Bigfoot, it could be what do you call crawler, it could be a shadow person, it could be dog man, it could be anything that you've actually come in contact with. It could be something that maybe people don't. It could be a reptilian, it could be something that maybe you don't have a name for it, some weird thing that you encountered somewhere or you saw, and you want someone to tell your story about it, right? So you can email the email, and I'll tell your story over this channel in a certain way. And I'll also give my opinion on it. Obviously not like a bad opinion. See, another thing about this channel is I don't pick. I'm not one of these like bashing on people, picky people that picks on things, tries to pick at little things. No. What I do though is I do call out crazy, largely absurd and wildly absurd things though. Like stuff that's just absurd, man. You know, like people being in denial, trying to like what are you doing? You think I can't see through your BS, man? I don't know what it is with people, man. You need to stop. You know, you need to stop. You need what do you call it? You need an intervention. That's the word. You need, like that show, you need an intervention. Cause you're on some bullshit. But yeah, so if you email me your story, I will tell your story. You can be anonymous. You don't have to tell your name or anything. Everything can be anonymous. Only thing I ask is that certain key details of this, like, you know, obviously you don't have to tell the name of places, the name of persons, or the name of specific things. Well, certain things, you know what I mean. Details that would protect places and people, you can change names if you want, whatever. Obviously, I'm just saying this because I want you to understand I'm being honest about this. I'm trying to be transparent about this. This is all fun, man. Those gutter stories, or cryptid stories, or you could even call a gutter story a scandalous story if it was in like of a sexual nature or something. It's all fun. This is so everyone can laugh. This is so you can even show off to me how much of a dirty person you are. Like, you know, you can show me how nasty, like you're like, oh, that motherfucker over there thinks that they're nasty? They think they're nasty? Nah, I'm nasty. It's like Whitney, Wisconsin. I'm the nastiest girl on YouTube. They called her that, but she never said that. But see, I jokingly call myself the nastiest man on YouTube. So, obviously not, it's a joke. But you can send in those stories to this email. I'll put the email up on the screen, and you can send your stories into the email. If you send them into the email, then I'll tell the stories in, you know, under your anonymous name or whatever. So that's the end of the rant. You'll find this in the rants section, and have a nice day.